lovely Aries. This is Debs and this is your reading for mid-November 2024. Aries, it's great to be with you. Thank you guys for being here. Now, Aries, in meditation, Archangel Michael took me to what looked like a theatre scene. And there was a guy standing next to 3 black poles. After a couple of minutes, a woman ran on, his assistant or something, with 3 china plates. And one by one, she gave this guy the plates and he began spinning these 3 plates on top of these black poles affixed to the floor. Once he got one spinning successfully, he sidestepped and did the same with the other until he got to the 3rd one and all 3 plates were spinning successfully. 5 minutes later, there was a loud crash in the audience and he was distracted. And one plate precariously wobbled on the far pole and he looked nervously into the wings and sort of stared at his assistant, and his assistant ran on and kept the plate going. And he looked at his assistant as if to say, "Thank goodness you're here." And Aries, that's where the vision ended. So guys, you may find yourself overloaded with responsibilities at this point of time. I don't know, you guys could be trying to run a little business, look after your kids. Maybe on top of that, you've got to take care of a parent who's ill. Whatever this is for you, Aries, it's as if you've got a really fine balancing act. But if you take your eye off the ball, or if something happens to knock timing out of balance as such, if you have to step away to do something urgently, you're afraid that like dominoes, everything's just going to crash. You're on a fine line, Aries, is what I'm getting. Archangel Michael's now showing me someone getting up from a sofa, realizing that the sofa cushion's really deflated. The sofa cushion needs filling. They're going to another room. They're going up to the top cupboard and pulling down 2 cushions and stuffing these cushions into the sofa and saying to themselves, "That'll do. That's fine. That'll do." I'm hearing merging 2 into 1. Okay, so Aries, are you definitely wanting to keep 3 going? Or you have to, but you may be merging 2 into 1 to make it easier. Something like that, guys. Okay, so the deck that I'm using is the Venetian Tarot, if I can speak. If you'd like a private reading, my website's down below, as well as the link to the channel if you're interested in membership. Do forgive my voice. I haven't been terribly well recently, but I'm coming up the other side. And so, Aries, let's begin. Archangel Michael, thank you for joining us. This is the reading for my Aries. This is mid-November 2024. 2024. You're definitely merging 2 into 1, Aries. So, for instance, guys, if you're running a home business, and if you needed to concentrate, and so you've been putting your child into daycare, right? You may be pulling your child out of daycare and carrying on running the home business, thinking, all right, well, when I need to spend time with my child or feed my child or make sure my child's okay, they're just in the next room, it's going to be easier than traveling backwards and forwards to daycare. And it may be saving some money. It's all symbolism, Aries. You could be a guy running 3 businesses. And what you're thinking about is, I just don't know how long I can do this for. There's something here about you deciding to merge 2 into 1 in order to keep it going, in order for you, wow, I'm hearing to keep your head above water. Okay, whew, Aries. Let's do this, people. Okay. The Hermit. You may be at this time, Aries, thinking about a Virgo, or you're pulling back to do a lot of thinking about how to manage this. I want to keep these three things going, but how can I successfully manage this? It may be you feel, Aries, you haven't got enough hours in the day. It may be you feel as if you're just exhausting yourself. The King of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Aries, you want to stay emotionally balanced. You may be thinking about a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio masculine. I don't know why I'm hearing this. I'm hearing it's a long road ahead. So if I can organize this so it really works, I don't have to look at this again. It will just keep going, right? Once I put this plan into place to merge two into one, so I've actually only got two to manage, not three, it'll be doable. Aries, you're coming up with a plan. You're coming up with a plan. In the past, the Devil, it was too much, Aries. In the past, Capricorn energy. And with the Three of Wands, yeah, three. Look at that. It looks as if we've got a black pole. You were trying to merge two into one. I've got to try and do this because I can't manage three. There is no way. There is no way. In your thoughts, Aries, we've got the Four of Wands. This is you needing to remain stable. This is you thinking about a property. I'm hearing again, how can I do this? Okay. In the immediate future, Aries, the Page of Wands. You're going to talk to someone and say to someone you've had a bright idea. In your fears, the Five of Pentacles. Fearing that someone's going to feel left out in the cold. Whatever you do here, someone isn't going to be happy. Or you're afraid, Aries, that if you do this, it's going to mean a hit to your finances. Five of Pentacles. In the environment, whoever you're talking to is sat in the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. Aries, this is someone who understands what you're trying to do, but they don't want to be messed around. And I don't know why I'm getting that. I don't know why I'm getting that, because what I see here, and what I see here, guys, is you with your back turned, looking at a plan on that piece of paper. Yeah, okay, what I've got to do is talk to this person and say, I've got a really good idea. But you don't know if it's going to work because it may not be an idea that you feel they would agree to. This is someone standing there with their arms crossed, almost as if they're waiting for you to arrive. They're not in a chatty mood. They've got their arms crossed in a little bit of a defensive manner. And the dog's looking up at this person as if to say, oh, you've been waiting a long time, right? Yeah, who are you waiting for? You're not very happy, are you? And this person's staring straight at this peacock. This person could be quite proud. You want someone, Aries, to agree to this. You're going to make out as if you've just had a brilliant idea, but actually you formulated this plan quite carefully because it's very, very important that they agree to this. If they don't agree to this, Aries, it's not going to work. Any of it. It's not going to work. You need this person to agree to this. You need them to accept this, or you're hoping that they're going to help you, but you're not actually going to ask for their help outright. Please, could you help me with this? I really need you to do this. No, you're going to move towards them as if you've had this brilliant idea, as if it's just come to you. You feel that would be better. They may be more receptive. In your hopes, the Three of Cups. Yeah, you're hoping to keep 3 going, Aries, but merge 2 into 1. It's the only way you're going to do it. The outcome, 8 of Pentacles. Once you've merged 2 into 1, you can then look at tweaking your plan, shaving off the rough edges and making this much more secure. Once this person has agreed to this bright idea, which is actually a carefully thought about plan, you're just keeping your fingers crossed they're going to say yes. Clarification for you, the King of Pentacles, the Lovers, okay, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Gemini energy. Whoever sat with their arms crossed, waiting for you to show up, feeling a little bit irritated, sitting in a little bit of a proud energy, what they're thinking about is the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Pentacles. Aries, this is someone who is wanting to be with you, to spend time with you. I think we are dealing with a love situation here, guys. But they are sitting feeling very suspicious. They're very suspicious. Underneath the deck, the Emperor. Okay. The King of Wands. The Empress. Okay. Under that, guys, you've got the Five of Wands, conflict, temperance, trying to keep things calm, the Fool, wanting to do something, Aries, but afraid to take that risk. Hence merging 3 into 2. Aries, I think what you are hoping to achieve is to move into a living together situation with someone that you love, who could be the other party, the third party, okay, and kill 2 birds with 1 stone, because if you did that, you wouldn't have to look for additional accommodation if you separated from your partner. I think, Aries, with the energy of the Hermit and the King of Cups, you feel left out in the cold from a masculine that you might have been with for quite a long time. I think, Aries, you're sat in the energy of the Empress and you have an Emperor that you're with. Now, you guys could have been living together for a long time. You guys could have a child together, or you could be married. There is a King of Wands in the mix. This King of Wands is sat in between you and your Emperor. This King of Wands is the King of Cups. But this King of Wands feels left out in the cold from you, and they love you. And you know that, Aries. What you've been thinking about is, how can I keep this King of Cups, King of Wands interested whilst trying to make a decision about a long-term relationship. How can I keep him interested? I don't know what happened to Aries. I don't know whether or not this King of Cups, King of Wands found out that you weren't single, or whether or not he knew all along but had been waiting for you to make a decision to leave. What you're realizing you could do, Aries, is to move out of living with your Emperor and move in with this King of Wands, King of Cups. That would sort of kill two birds with one stone, merging two into one, right? Because you wouldn't have to find additional accommodation. Your Emperor could stay in his place, his house, his flat. You would be the one to move out. And you wouldn't necessarily have to pay rent mortgage because you'd be living with a guy that you love, who loves you, who I think would be more than happy to cover the bills, right? In that way, Aries, it would give you breathing space to decide what you want to do. You wouldn't be signing a 6-month lease for an apartment, which could be complicated and expensive. You'd also have to move all your furniture. You wouldn't have to do any of that, whilst spending time with this King of Wands, King of Cups, to really see whether or not it has long-term potential. Because I don't think you and this King of Wands, King of Cups have lived together before. And he's really keen to lock you down, but you've been sitting on the fence. So Aries, this might be ideal for you because it would allow you time to figure out whether or not it could really work with your lover. Okay? So let's have a look at the Hermit and the King of Cups. Aries, this is the person that you're thinking about. This is your lover. He feels left out in the cold from you. He misses you when he doesn't see you. But you've been sitting on the fence trying to make a decision as to whether or not you want to leave your Emperor. Yeah, because you're sat in the Ten of Pentacles. You're sat in the Ten of Pentacles, Aries. Nice and financially secure, but not happy with your Emperor. Not happy with your Emperor, Aries. 9 of Cups. So you have been quietly indulging in an affair. You've been quietly indulging in an affair, but things have got a little bit risky. Things have got a bit difficult because your King of Wands, King of Cups, who wants to be with you, is getting fed up with waiting for you to make a decision. About your marriage, Hierophant. Arguments about the fact that you're married. Yeah. And so Aries, with the Ace of Swords and Justice, you've been trying to make this decision. Do I put an end to my marriage, go through a court case to bring balance to my life, or do I stay in my commitment? What do I do? I think Aries, time's up. I think your lover is basically saying to you, I'm sorry, but I'm giving you an ultimatum. Unless this becomes much more serious, I'm going to walk away. This is someone who knows their worth, and they are becoming a little bit defensive with you. They love you, but they have been waiting forever for the chance to offer you commitment because you've been wrapped up in this other situation. And this is someone who is beginning to feel as if they should walk away. Now, Aries, you do not want this person to do that because you love this person. So you've been trying to come up with a way of initially temporarily staying married, okay? Maybe because you haven't quite made up your mind yet. to divorce, whilst maintaining a really strong connection to your lover. And so the ideal solution is you to simply move out of the place that you live with your emperor and move in with your lover. By doing that, you're not burning any bridges, you're not going through divorce, and you're not saying to your lover, okay, I've got to let you go because I can't make a decision. So you're still sitting in limbo, but as far as your lover's concerned, you guys will be living together, so it's a step in the right direction. You're hoping that if you suggest this, he would agree to it. So in the past, Aries, with the energy of the devil, you could have met a lover who was a Capricorn, or you just found yourself in a toxic situation. Yeah, you were in a toxic situation. With the 10 of Wands, it's as if I just can't manage this anymore. I can't do this anymore. It's just too difficult. I can't cope. I can't cope. What are my options? Feeling as if you were standing there in the dark, trying to make a decision. I don't quite know what to do. Realizing something had to give. Something had to give. I feel after that time, Aries, things began to cool off with your lover. He may have simply got fed up waiting for you to make a decision. With the 3 of Wands, he may have lived at a distance from you and your emperor. It's as if you were looking out across that ocean, thinking of him. Oh my goodness, I think he's going to walk away. I think he's going to walk away because I'm not making a decision. But I'm scared to make a decision. What if we don't really get on a day-to-day basis? What if it is just lust and desire? I don't want to walk away from a stable, long-term commitment if it's not going to work out with my lover. I don't know what to do, though. What do I do? Yeah, because Aries, the reality was, however you flower it up, you ended up breadcrumbing your lover. I mean, this is you giving a little bit to your lover now and again, but this is a guy sitting on the street playing a violin, feeling as if he doesn't have a lot to live for, right? Feeling as if you were throwing him a few pennies. So it wasn't easy, Aries. Yeah, 7 of Wands. So you spent time with him, you then left to go back to your emperor, you spent time with him and then left again. Keeping this relationship secret, but he became more and more defensive, Aries, because he didn't want to continue this in this way. What you're thinking about, Aries, is your stability, the 4 of Wands. What you're thinking about is, whatever happens, I need to feel stable. I need to feel as if I've got a roof over my head. I mean, that's just practical. So I think what you've been considering is leaving your emperor, talking to him about temporary separation to move in with your lover. So you'd strengthen the bond with your lover. He would feel a lot more hopeful. Okay, well, Aries actually wants to move in with me, which means, oh, step in the right direction. So you're keeping your lover close to you, whilst not talking about divorce, keeping your finances safe, because this, I think, Aries, for you is a sort of trial period. Could I do this? Now, it may be a little bit more complicated if your lover lives at a distance. I don't know. For some of you, you might need to get another job in their area. But what you're realizing, Aries, is this could be the ideal temporary solution for a difficult situation that you've been trying to manage. So what's on your mind, Aries? Yeah, the 8 of Cups. What you're thinking about is, if I moved out of living with my emperor and moved in with my lover, it would not only give us quality time to spend together, for me to really see if this could work long term, but it would give me time away from my husband to see how I feel about that. And in the nicest sense, Aries, you wouldn't have to go and find a flat to live in and fork out rent and all that sort of stuff, which is messy. You could move straight in with him. So Aries, it would kind of be tick, 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 right? The Death card, yeah. You could transform your situation, Scorpio energy. But again, Aries, you're not planning on saying to this lover, oh, I don't know how you feel about this, but I wondered if you consider this. No. The way you're going to put it is, oh my goodness, I've got the ideal solution. I've got a bright idea. Why didn't I just move in with you? As if it's just come to you. But Aries, it hasn't. This is something that you've been considering for a very long time. You want to be all light-hearted and excited when you see your lover to talk about this because you simply want them to say yes. Oh, okay, great, yeah, sure. Whereas if you put it in such a way that you don't know if they're going to agree, you don't know if they're going to say yes, then they're going to pick up on that energy and they may think, oh, actually, do I really want to do that? I don't know. If Aries is still married, I'm not sure. Right? So in the nicest sense, it's very important that this is seen to be an impulsive decision because you love them. Oh, I love you so much. I'm just going to move in with you, right? Whereas Aries, you've been planning this for a while. And Aries, that's fine, no judgment. But it's very important that your lover says yes. If your lover says yes, it would solve everything. It would solve everything. You wouldn't have to fork out more money on a rental flat if you left your emperor, because your emperor may not agree to him moving out of the house if you decide you want to separate, right? You may know that your emperor will turn around to you and say, well, I'm not moving out. If you want to separate from me, you move out, right? So it's really important this goes as planned. In the immediate future, we have you talking to your lover. He sat there, arms crossed, a little bit proud, waiting for you to make this decision. He's single, he's eligible, he loves you, but he's been waiting forever with the Knight of Pentacles for you to leave your emperor so he can offer you commitment. You're not quite ready to do that, but you're going to say to him that you've got this bright idea. So Archangel Michael, when do we have the Page of Wands next to the Nine of Pentacles for Aries? Thank you, Michael. 9th to the 22nd of December. I'm hearing we can buy a Christmas tree together. Okay. Aries, you want your lover to be super excited about this. But it's a little bit awkward because up until this point of time, he's been a bit frosty with you, a little bit distant with you. You may feel him gradually emotionally pulling away, and you don't want that to happen. So this is the time that you talk to him about this bright idea. So what are you initially going to say to your person, Aries? With the Seven of Pentacles, what you're going to say is you've been looking at the past. You've been looking at the effort you put in to this relationship with your lover. And you do know that you kept him waiting. You do know that. So what you're basically saying to him is, I appreciate the fact that it's taken a while for me to make a decision. Okay. Ace of Wands. You're going to talk to him about changing the situation so you two can basically have a passionate new start. Let's shift this connection into different territory. And then I think, Aries, you're going to let the excitement build. It's as if You've just had this brilliant idea, right? You're going to let it build. Yes, and there's the excited communication. I know, says Aries. Look, if you want to be with me, why don't I just move in with you? That would be wonderful, wouldn't it? That's the way you're going to put it. How exciting would it be just before Christmas for us to live together? That's what you're going to say, Aries. Yeah, I mean, Two of Cups is, I love you. You know, I'm ready to live with you. I'm ready to live with you, right? Yes. But what you're not saying, Aries, is that you still can't make a decision about your marriage. You still can't make a decision about your marriage. What you're not saying with the Four of Pentacles is that you are needing to hang on to your marriage, at least for the foreseeable future. At least for the foreseeable future. And what you're not saying, Aries, is with the Two of Wands, you're still not ready to make a decision to leave your long-term commitment. But you're not saying any of that to your lover. What you're saying to your lover is, I've had this wonderful, exciting idea. Why don't I just move in with you? We can have Christmas together. We can get all loved up. We can have glasses of red wine by the fire. We can talk about our future. You're going to build that up. You're going to build it up, Aries, to the point where your person is excited about it too. That's what you're hoping. Because if you can move in with your lover, first of all, it would mean, as I've said, you wouldn't have to cope with trying to find an expensive rental flat. You wouldn't have to go through trying to find somewhere and then sign a lease for 6 months or 12 months, and then it will be messy. It will be so much easier just to move in with this guy. So that is your plan. That's what you're putting to him. Yes. Look at these aces. Ace of Pentacles. That's uprooting and moving. I know. Why don't I just move in with you? So let's have a look and see what your lover's going to say. They're sat in the Nine of Pentacles. They're a little bit frosty. They're quite proud. They're thinking about the concept of loyalty, and they have their arms crossed looking in your direction. It's as if, okay, yeah, well, have you made up your mind yet? You're coming in with all this excited energy. Yeah, I've got this brilliant idea, right? But this has all been in the works in your mind for quite a long time. What are they going to say? What are they going to say? Aries, I'm sorry, 10 of Swords, okay? It may be too late. Six of Cups. The 10 of Swords is, I feel betrayed by you. Six of Cups is, I have been waiting forever. We've spent all this time together. We've created beautiful memories together. I thought you would come back to me to say you finally decided to divorce. You're not saying that, says your lover to you, Aries. What your lover's saying to you is, I can't believe it. I've waited and waited and waited, and all you're suggesting is you want to move in with me? It's not the reaction that you wanted, Aries, and it's not the reaction you expected. What are they going to say? Okay, Page of Cups, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, it's not good for me. It's not going to work for me. I'm sorry. I do love you, but it's not going to work for me. We can be friends, says this person. We could be friends. Page of Pentacles. But I think it would be too much of a risk with a Fool. I think I'd be taking too much of a risk. What this person is trying to do, Aries, in a nicer sense, is protect their heart. Because they know fully well that if you moved in with them in a living together situation and you guys seriously fell in love and then you decided to go back to your husband, it would destroy this person. It would destroy this person emotionally. They don't want to risk that. What's the energy between you two? Yeah, I mean, the Knight of Wands. I mean, this is your lover. A lot of passion between the two of you, Aries, but I don't think this person's going to say yes. I don't think they're going to say yes. They have been holding on, waiting for you to move towards them one day to say, I have decided to divorce my husband. You're not doing that, you know. So after this conversation, what you're hoping to do, Aries, is with the Three of Cups, pull this person into a light-hearted energy again, an excited energy again. Well, let's go out and have a few drinks. Don't be upset about this. I was just trying to figure out a way that we could be close and to give me more time to think about this. I mean, Aries, oh, it's really awkward. It's really awkward. And I'm stumbling over my words. It's really awkward. Eight of Pentacles is the outcome. Aries, what are you going to do? Temperance. You're going to wait until your lover cools down a little bit again, because he may be a bit cross and a bit upset. You betrayed me. I thought you'd come back and say you were getting divorced. You're going to let him cool down a little bit, give him some time, whilst, Aries, you maybe work on your finances. Maybe this is you working on your finances. Yeah. Because you're determined to move into a new cycle. Determined to feel as if you're making some kind of progress, Aries, whilst... Oh, that's fascinating. Sorry, I'll explain in a moment. Whilst standing at crossroads. Now, the reason why I said that's fascinating is we have a guy on a stage with two poles, what looks like plates at the top that he's juggling. Right? Yeah. You're trying to merge 3 into 2. Okay. And you're trying to figure out the best way of doing it. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, these two came out. Aries, with the Ten of Cups, you desperately want to be happy. You want to be with your lover. But with a Four of Swords, it's as if you've got your back to this door of this house that you're protecting. I can't lose my stability. I can't lose my stability. It's too frightening. I can't do it. You want both, ideally, but your lover's not going to put up with you wanting both very much longer. They're not. And Aries, you do understand that, but you're not ready to let go of your stability yet. Queen of Wands, here we are. This is you. Yeah. I mean, Aries, you are so attracted to this person. You want to be with this lover, but you're not ready to give up your stability. You can't do it yet. You can't do it yet. You need more time. The problem is your person is saying to you, time's up. Time's up. What are you going to do, Aries? With the Queen of Cups, you're either going to try and persuade your person to change their mind, your lover, by telling your lover, I'm in love with you, I do want to be with you, I don't love my husband anymore, I want to be with you. Will you please reconsider letting me move in with you? Or Aries, you may talk to a friend of yours who could be a Queen of Cups, a Pisces, Cancer or Scorpio, could be a best mate, to say to this Queen of Cups, can I move in with you? Right? Can I live with you in your spare room to give me some space away from my Emperor because my lover isn't comfortable with me moving in with him? So maybe I could move in with you for a while, and then I've got space to think about what I really want to do. This could be a friend of yours. You're thinking, well, this friend of mine isn't going to charge me rent, okay? It may be, Aries, you're slightly worried about spending money on a rental contract, right? The whole point is you want to get away from your Emperor and you want to let your lover know that you really want to be with them, but you're not wanting to do anything risky with your finances. You're trying to figure a way around this, Aries. What's the Queen of Cups? The Hangman, Pisces. Yeah, this could be a friend of yours. This could be a friend of yours. Aries, you may have to be prepared for her to say no because she's self-sacrificing. She looks as if she's got a lot on her plate. It looks as if she's got a lot on her plate. What's the Hangman energy? The Moon. Cancerian energy. She could be Pisces or a Cancerian. She's a little bit worried, Aries. Now, bless. If she's a friend of yours, she's not going to have a problem with putting you up for a few months. But in the nicest sense, she doesn't want to get embroiled in a messy third-party situation you're in. She doesn't want your husband banging on her door saying, you know, where is my wife? I've separated from my wife. I know she's living with you. Where's my wife? She also doesn't want to have to cope with you and your lover curled up on her sofa together, sort of making things awkward, because your lover would be spending time in this Queen of Cups house. I mean, you know, it would just be awkward. So Aries, she may say no. She sat in the Moon energy thinking, oh, Aries is a friend of mine, but not quite sure this is going to work. She may say no, Aries. All right, so that option's off the table. What next? The Magician. Virgo, Scorpio, Gemini. I think, Aries, you're going to try and persuade your lover to allow you to live with them. I think this is you turning on the charm with your lover. What's your lover going to say? The Chariot. You know what, Aries? I think your lover will finally agree. They may do it begrudgingly. They may say, look, Aries, I love you and I want to be with you, but it's not exactly ideal. You moving in with me, still being married, I've waited all this time. They're not going to be super thrilled about it, Aries, but if it's coming up to the festive season, you know, you're going to pull this person into the spirit of Christmas. And I think, Aries, when you start arriving with a few suitcases, they're going to get excited. There's still going to be the awkward conversation now and again of, well, you're still legally married, Aries. When are you going to actually get divorced? You may gently push that away for a few months while I'm still trying to make a decision. But Aries, this is right for you because you're not doing anything too risky. You're not risking your financial security by making an impulsive decision to start divorce proceedings. You haven't signed on the dotted line pertaining to a rental flat, so you're not held to that situation and you're not forking out on an expensive apartment that you don't know how long you're going to be in. And you're getting much closer to your lover, so you can make a decision as to whether or not that's going to work long term. Tick, 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 Aries. So even though, Aries, we've gone all the way around the houses, I think this is going to work, okay? At least temporarily. So guys, I am leaving the reading there. As always, let me know in the comments if this is your story. Take care of yourselves, and of course, I'll be back before you know it with your next set of readings. See you soon, guys. Bye now.